In this question, we're asked to draw the graph of a quadratic function in vertex form, but we have a scalar horizontal, vertical dilation of a fraction. So we have a vertical shrink here. So let's see how we're going to do this. Well, first, again, we have to identify what the horizontal and vertical shift is to identify the vertex. Because we have x plus 1, this plus 1 is going to translate the graph 1 unit to the left, and the minus 7 is going to translate it vertically 7 units down. So as a result, the vertex to this parabola is at the coordinate of -1, -7. So let's plot that one first. Now, since we're asked to identify the axis of symmetry, well, the axis of symmetry is this imaginary vertical line that cuts the parabola into two equal parts. And since the vertex is in the middle, it's going to go through that middle point of the parabola. Now, to identify another point so we can plot either the left or right side, I'm just going to simply input a value in for x. Now, since this is going to result in a vertical shrink because I'm multiplying f of x, so I'm multiplying again my x squared with a 1/2, I'm going to pick a point that's going to guarantee me to give me a whole number. And that number would be, again, any multiple of 2, since this is a ratio of 1/2. So I'm going to pick a point that's going to be 2, 4, maybe even a 6 units away from, again, the axis of symmetry. So let's do 4 units away. And let's go to the right, so we end up with a positive number. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to land me on 3. So I'm going to have x equal to 3, and I'm going to evaluate this function at 3. So we want to know what this equals. So we have -1/2. I'm replacing the x again, like I said, with 3, plus 1 to the second power, and we're going to subtract 7. So let's simplify this. Well, first we have to add these two numbers. That's going to give us 4. That's -7. Let me not change that. The second thing we do, according to the order of operations, is the exponent. So 4 has to be raised to the second power, which is 16. And then 16 will be multiplied with -1/2, which is going to be -8. And -8 minus 7 is going to be -15. So when x is equal to 3, the y value is -15. And unfortunately, I picked a point that's way too far off the grid because -15 is somewhere all the way over there. So I can't obviously plot that. So I can't use the number 3. I need to find another point instead. Okay, so let's start over. Let me find something closer then. So instead of moving 4 units away, let's move only 2 units away. So 2 units from the axis of symmetry, 1, 2, would put me at +1. So let's evaluate f at 1. So again, we have -1/2. This time we're replacing the x with 1. And again, I can plug in any number that I want. But the reason I'm using, again, the multiples of 2 is so when I do this and raise it to the second power, it's going to not give me a decimal. So when multiplied with -1/2, it's going to end up being a whole number. So this is going to be +2 to the second power minus 7. So -1/2, 2 to the second power is 4. So we end up now with -1/2 times 4. That's -2 minus 7 gives us -9. So that I can plot. So we're going to plot at 1. We're going to have plot this point at -9. So there, I get an image of what the right side of the parabola looks like on the right side of the axis of symmetry. And again, because of symmetry, I also know what the left side will look like from the point of the axis of symmetry. And there is the graph to this function.